This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so this is the very basic thing that we learned in the very first session for the programming, that how we can declare and initialize a variable. And in this part, if you see that I just use I, because that for the loop, standard is you will start with I. If you need to use more loops, you will use different variable, but that will be like second loop will be J, third loop will be K, like that. Okay. So usually we don't need like more than 3 loops or 4 loops, so you'll be fine if you use just I, J, K and maximum L. You can also use M and O. It's up to you. Second thing that we know is conditional statement. So if I need to check if this 1 is less than 10 or not. Okay. So I have to check if this 1 is less than 10 or not. So how can I write it? So I have to write it if I less than 10, right? And then this is my condition, and based on this condition I have two parts. This is the true part. If this is true, then I will go inside and do the job, right? So let's say that I will say, okay, system out println I is less than 10. Then I will go to the else part. If it is a false, in case it's a false, then it should say that I is not less than 10. Okay, so you already know about that, right? How this if else condition works. The third part is we didn't have practice on that, but it's kind of like this. So if you need to add some value on this one, how can I do that? I plus 2. If I need to do that, I can do that, right? But if I am adding some value with I, so after that I have to keep somewhere, right? So what I can do is I can keep that inside that I can do that. So what I'm doing here, I'm just trying to add the value, something like 2, whatever the value of I is, and then keeping inside this one I. So let's say that this I value is 1, right? We know that this I value is 1. So what I'm doing here, I plus 2. That is mean it's going to say 3, right? But after that, I will also print this one value here, and then I'll print this I. Now you have to give me that answer, that for the first line what will be the answer is, and secondly what will be the print line for this conditional statement, and also you have to give me that answer for this I, the last line. So your answer should be 3. You have to answer 3 questions here. One is, what will be the output for this one, what will be the output for this conditional statement, and what will be the output for this line. And please send that answer privately to me only. Okay, don't share that answer with everyone. So this is the part you have to look into it. So you should answer three things here, not one. You should answer three things here. One is for this line, another is for this condition statement, and third one is for this line. Oh, 1 second. So I got some submission here. Uh, okay. 1 second. 3. Yes. Yes, Onyx. So you have to give me that answer. So what is that answer for 1 plus 2? Okay. So Beauty, Supreme, and Nasida, your answer looks good. Yes, that is correct. Okay. So now the thing is, if I run this, I'll see 1, I is less than 10, and 3. Now, instead of this 1, if I change this to I, what will be your answer? You can just answer for the last one, only for the last one. Because you already know that I didn't make any changes here. I didn't make any changes here, so I just make changes here, so you will get that. Okay, so I got one answer from Safin, and
What is the question?
the question is now you have to tell me what will be the output for this line number 68.
Okay.
So Beauty, your answer is correct. You see that your answer is also correct. Anik, your answer is also right. Yes, the question is what will be the output for this line, the third line. Yes, that is correct. So the thing is, this I value is 1. Yes, I know that is also right. So I value is 1. That's mean that whenever you are using it 1 here, then you will get the, like, it will consider this one I as like 1, and 1 plus 2 equals 3. So it will save that 3 inside this I. So now the new value of I is 3. Okay. Now let's do one more time. I equals to I plus 5. Let's say that now it's plus 5. Now I want to print this line again. So what will be the value for the last line, for this line? What will be the output? Okay, I got answers from Safrin, Beauty, Onik, and Mizan, Nasita, and one more is coming, I believe. Yes, so you all are wrong. Check this one again carefully. Okay, you all are wrong, so don't worry about that. Check this one here. I value is 1. Here so I'm using this I value, which is 1, keeping and adding this 2 with that I. then keeping inside this I. So what is the new value of I now here? 3. Now the I value is 3 here. Okay. Okay, let me do that again. Run it, and then you will get the idea how it's working. Okay. Yes, Anila, Nasita, you all are right now. Beauty, you still in confused? Like why it's 9? Are you good now? Okay, you are ready. And I didn't get any answer from Safrin, so I believe you are okay. So you got that. Okay. Okay. So again, just check this out here again. So I value is 1. After a couple of lines, I say that okay. So I equals to I plus 2. I equals to I plus 2 means that whatever the I value have from before, I will consider that one here, which is 1. So 1 plus 2, so I will add these two values. So 1 plus 2 equals to 3, and I will keep that inside this I. Then after a couple of lines, I say that okay, so I want to add something with that I again. So what is that now? I plus 5. So previously the I value was 3 until this point is 3. So it will get the 3 here and do that 3 plus 5, which means 8. So now it will keep that 8 inside this I. Okay, one last time. I believe now you will not have this issue anymore. 9. Let's see, 9. What will be the output for this line? No, Safrin, you are wrong again. Nasita, your answer is right. Sun, your answer is right. Beauty, your answer is right. Safrin, your answer is right. Anila, your answer is right. Anik, your answer is right. So you got that idea, right? So you have to forget whatever you have before this line. Whatever you have before this line, forget everything. So there are like new changes here. So I will got changed. Now this is the new value, which is mean 8 here. I equals to 8. Okay, it got a new value. So I equals to 8. So you have to consider that 8 here, and then you have to add that 8 with 9, and then you'll get the new value, which is 17. You will get the new value, which is 17. Okay. Any question here or any issue to understand this concept? No, right? Okay. So if you don't have any question, let's then start from here. Okay, so I have to keep this in a comment. And then I have this one where I equals to 1. So let's forget this part now. Now I have this I equals to 1, and then this conditional statement. Then I also have this I equals to I plus 1. Now you don't have any question about this one, right? Any issue with this line. Now what I'll do is I will create a loop by using these three things. Okay, by using these three things. One is I have to declare and initialize a variable. Then I have to use the condition, or you can say the ending point. Okay, and last part is I have to increment the value. So these are the three parts we have in loop. Okay, so for sorry, not here, for instead of using that I, because I already have I here, so I'm going to use a new variable. So after the I, so the new variable is j, and I'm saying that the j, I will start the loop from 1. Okay, I will start the loop from 1. Semicolon, you have to use the semicolon to separate these three things. Okay, to separate these three part, you need two semicolon, one for the first part and second one for second and third part. So in the second part, I have to mention what is the condition is, or you can say that where is your ending point is. So if I say j greater than 1, is this the right condition?
J stubborn.
J, okay, that is not the correct condition, right? So when you are creating a loop, make sure that you understand that the condition. Okay, so you said that plus plus. Okay, I will add that plus plus, no problem. So it's a j plus plus. That is the third part, right? So j plus plus, let's say that I will keep that in a simple format. J equals to j plus 1. I'm just keeping the simple format for now. But is this the right thing to do, this part?
It will be not greater than, it will be less than.
Okay, so if I do the less than, is this the right thing?
Yes, it looks. No, it's still like it is false because j is j equal to 1, so it's j 1 is greater than 1, so it's gonna be false. So it will
So
be 0.
okay, let me print something here. Print. Okay, just print something like that. So in this loop, will you be able to print any line here from here?
No,
Okay.
it will be just print right now, print, print, nothing else.
So it will print here, something like that.
If we want to really get the answer over here, we have to put the value j equal to 1, then the condition will be like j equal to 0. 0 is greater than 1. Then it will be print something if we press over here system.out.println j.
Okay, I will come to that point. But here, right now, this condition is false.
Yes.
Starting from 1, and you are saying that if this is j is less than 1, then only go inside and do the job. So because this condition is false, so it will not go inside this
Print.
bracket. That means that it will not print anything. It's just printing one. That is because of one of the, what is that? Because of this one. But let me run it again. So it will not print anything, right? Now you are saying that if I need to put it here like this, right? Is that right?
I was trying to mean like if j equal to 0, then j is greater than 1, then it will be true, then it will print something. But if it is double equal, then I don't know what is going to happen. I have to try.
Okay. So you have to think all different ways that how it should work. You have to think all different ways. So how this thing is working? So this is the conditional part, and if you remember that in conditional part we have less than, we have less than equal, we have double equal, we have greater than, we have greater than equal, right? We have all these things for the conditional part. So same thing will go here. Okay, so you can use any of these things, but you need to know that if you are using a small number here, so because it's a loop, every time it will increment. If you are unless you are not using something different like minus here, Okay, so we're not going to do that minus, that is like a different thing. So let's talk about only the plus thing here, increment part, because this is the most of the time you'll be working with. Okay, so you always have to use here either less than or less than equal, and make sure that you have a valid ending point. So right now, do you think that it will print anything here for this line? Will it print anything, the
Yes,
output?
it will print.
How many times?
Just one time.
Just one time. Are we all agree with that? Is there anyone who doesn't agree with this? No one? Okay. That's mean, okay, so it only say I is less than 10. No, I didn't say the 10, it's 1 only. Okay, so it's 1 only. It's I less than. This is not the valid, but this one is valid, right? J, you see that J less than 1, which is not valid, but J equals to 1, right? J equals to 1. That's when J is like the same value have this 1. If it is true, then it will go inside. If you remember that we did the marking system, if the mark is like 90, then the student was getting A. And in our condition, it was if mark greater than equals to 90. So that's mean that it was getting two of that the condition. If the mark is greater than 90, or if the mark is double equals to 90. So it was checking both of the condition by using this kind of sign. Okay. Now I have this thing, so it says that let's say that 5. So how many times it will print, or it will not print anything? What do you think? Okay, I got answer from Sun, and its answer is okay. I'll answer is wrong. Nasita, your answer is also wrong. Anyone else wants to try? So how many times I'll see this screen in my console here? Your answer is again wrong. Nisan. Did you get my question? Yes, Beauty, your answer is right. Okay, so Beauty, can you please tell me why you said that answer? Why you said it will print for 5 times?
Because you change the value j equal to 5 or less than 5, so that's a true condition.
Mhm.
So your first part is true, so
Mhm.
second part is also true.
Okay.
And plus is plus 1, 2. No, the two first part and second part was true condition, so it will print 5 times.
Okay, so You are almost there, but your concept is not clear yet. So the thing is, this is not a conditional part. This part is not a conditional part. This part is called declaration and
Declaration.
initialization.
Yeah.
Declaration and initialization part. Initialization part. So this is not a conditional part. It matters because from this point, yes, so from this point, it will start the loop. So at first, it's starting point, so it will put this one here and check the condition. Is it true or false? It's true. Then it will go inside and print this line. Okay. After printing that line, it will go here and put this one, the value of j, which is the first one, here. Now, what is the value of j now?
It's 2.
2. Now it will go here and change the value of 1 from 1 to 2. Now it will check the condition. What is the condition here? Is true or false?
It's true.
It's true, right? It's true, right?
Yeah, it's 2.
2
Yeah.
less than equals to 5, which is it's true, which means true, right? So then it will go inside and print this line. Then again, because it's 2 now, so it will change the value of j now is 2. So 2 plus 1, 2 plus 1 equals to 3, right? Now the j value becomes 3. So now it will check, okay, 3 less than equals to 5. Is it true or false?
It's true.
It's true. So it will again print this line. Now again it will go here and change the value from 2 to 3 because the new value of j is 3. So now it's 3 plus 1. So what is the value will be? 3 plus 1 is 4.
4.
Now it's true or false?
It's true.
It's true. Now it will go inside and print this line. Now again, it will go here and change the value because now it's 4. Now it will change the value from 3 to 4. Now 4 plus 1 equals to 5.
5.
Now 5 less than equals to 5. Is it true or false?
It's true.
It's true because one of the condition part is true. That is
True.
5 equals to 5, right? That part
Yeah.
is true. That's why it will go inside and print this line. Now it will go here and change the value to 5. 5 plus 1 equals to 6. So 6 less than equals to 5. Is it true or false?
False.
False. Then it will not go inside and print this line anymore. So it will print only for 5 times. Okay. So let me get that j here again and j again. Now let me run it and you'll see this loop will print for 5 times. Everyone is it clear now?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Now let's do something different. Now tell me, how many times it's gonna print? Safrin, you have to check your answer again. Nizam, you have to check your answer again. No, Anila. Safrin, you are again wrong. Beauty, you are also wrong. Anila, you are also wrong. Nizam, your answer is also wrong. Again, you're wrong. Anila, you're right now. Safrin, you're right. But Beauty, you're again wrong. Nasita, your answer is right. Nizan, your answer is right now. Okay, so this is a little tricky, right? So why it's like I'm saying that okay, 5 to 9. If we count 5 to 9, what we do? Okay, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't take that 5, but we have to count that 5 here because you are starting from 5. Okay, so don't think about like this. Okay, 9 minus 5 equals to 4. It will be 4 times. No. And if you're saying 9 times, you are also wrong because your starting point is not from 1. Got it? So now you have to check it first. Okay, 5. 5 less than equals to 9, which is true. Then it will print this line. So it will go until this 9. So if you count it in your hand, so if you count that, it's okay, Safin. So it's all about the practice. So when you do the practice, then you will get the idea. Sometimes we need to start this loop from 0. Sometimes we need to start from 1. Sometimes we need to start from 2. So you need to know that where you have to start this loop from. This is also a very important thing. And the ending part, I will come to that point. So you will not be needed this. Okay, so how many times do we have to run this loop? So I will show you that this is very simple thing. Very limited place that you have to count and then you have to put this ending point. But usually we don't use that any numbers here. We have something like dynamic thing. We keep that here so that we don't need to worry about that ending point. Okay, so I will come to that point after this part. Now you always have to think, you always have to count it from in your finger that like, okay, starting from 5, so I have to count that 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 because it's less than equals. If it is not less than equals, if it is only less than sign, then I cannot go to that 9. But if it is an equal sign, then I have to go till 9, which is mean it will print for 5 times. You see that? It printed for 5 times. Okay, one last time, okay? Because you failed, so I'm giving you that one extra task here. Okay. How many times? Onik, your answer is wrong. Zan, your answer is wrong. Safrin, your answer is also wrong. Count it in your hand, then you will get the idea. Anila, your answer is right. Yes, Mizan, your answer is right now. Okay, let's go with Onik. If you want, then you can explain your answer. Then we'll get the idea. Then you'll also get the idea that how it's working. Safrin, your answer is right. Do you want to go through with that answer?
Yeah, I just plugged in -5 and 6, and it just printed 9 times.
-5. So you did that. So it's printing 9 times.
Yeah.
Okay, so it should not, right? It should print for 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let me count it from again here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I have to get this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 12 times. And why is that? Because I told you you have to count it in your hand. So minus 5. So minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's total 12.
Actually, I got it now. I just had to scroll up, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you got that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Nothing wrong. So everyone got that idea. So you always have to think about where you are starting from and where you are ending. So if you are saying that 1, but here if you are saying that, okay, let's say that if you're saying 10 here and you are saying that, okay, so less than equals to 6, will it go inside and print the job, print this line? No, right? Because the condition is false. Because the condition is false, and it will not go inside this loop. Okay. And in case if you make any mistake and your loop is going on and on and on, then there is a terminate button here. You can just press this button, then it will terminate that loop, terminate that program. Okay. Now let's move forward from this loop. Okay. Before I move forward, here I have 1, and I want to print the serial like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until 6. So instead of this print, what should I write here to print these numbers 1 to 6? Okay. Yes, Mizan, your answer is right. Anyone else? Yes, Anila, your answer is right.
What is the question?
The question is, I want to print the numbers 1 to 6. So instead of this print, what should I write here?
Okay.
Yes, your answer is right. Safin, your answer is right. Nasheed,
I also wanted to ask, can we be smart like on it that, we just run it and say it to instead of doing it in our head? Not this one, I'm talking about the other problem that you were giving us.
this one, minus 5 and 6.
Yeah. Like Onyx said that he ran it and then found out that it was 12 times. But so do
Yeah,
we really have to do it in our head, or we can just see it, plug it in and just see it, right? Is that what's going to happen in the real world, or we'll have to use our brain?
no, the thing is you have to think. So you will not get enough space to implement that and check that. What you need to do is you have to see that, and then you have to count it in your hand or in your head so that you can get the idea. So where this loop is starting from and where it's ending. Okay.
I see. So just so that we have, when we are doing programming, we have that logical thinking, right? Is that what we practice? I
Yeah.
see.
So that's true.
No, I
So
was just kidding. I know we have to do it, but I was just trying to say that Onik was being smart. That's nice. Okay.
okay. No, that was smart, but he was quick on typing, I believe. That's why he just ran it and then he got that answer. But the thing is, he was quick on the typing. He got that answer. Then he answered that question. But here you have to understand that how these things working. That is the main goal here. Okay, so here instead of if I need to print that's numbers, so it's just put this j here, the variable. Then you will get the idea that how it's working. You see that 1, 2, and every time the j value is incrementing by 1. Same concept, j initially is 1 and it's checking this condition, then it's printing the value of 1, then it's adding this 1 with that j value, so j value is 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, so it's saving that in 2 and then doing this comparison, that is 2 less than equals to 6, which is true, then it will go and print this 2. Then again, now the j value is 2, so j plus 1, which means 3, so it will save that 3 inside that j and then do that comparison, that is 3 less than equals to 6, which is true, then it will go inside and print this 3. It will go up to this point 6. Okay?
Similar math was in our homework.
Yes, that's correct. The thing is, most of the time you will be you need this loop for this array or list most of the time. Okay, so in array, if you remember, we did something, we have something like this. We have to access all of this value from this array, right, from this array variable, and to do that we have to use these numbers. So instead of using these numbers, we can just easily create a loop and print this value, right? Do I have that? No, right? So let's create a loop for this array here. So for integer I don't think that I have this one here. I less than equals to, you have to tell me the number, I plus plus, and okay, tell me what should I write here?
Definitely bigger than 1.
Okay, no, you have to give me that exact answer. So this is the situation here. So I already got one answer from Nasika, and Nasika, your answer is wrong. Okay, I will explain that, but everyone, you should try that. What will be the number I should keep here? Your answer is wrong. Wrong, Saprin, your answer is also wrong. Yes, Saprin, now you got that, the correct number. Yes, Mizan, your answer is also right. Anila, your answer is also right. So why this is 2? Yes, Vidi, your answer is also right. So
It's because we have total 3 positions, so that's why.
yes, that is correct. We have only 3 positions. Okay, now it's I plus plus because we'll go one by one, right? That's why we will not keep any step. So this I plus plus means the same thing. I equals to I plus 1, right? We already know about that. So that's why instead of I equals to I plus 1, we can just simply use I plus plus. Same thing. Now, if I want to print the same thing, names, okay, what should I see? What will be my answer here for output here for this line? Let me see if I have anything open. Yes, I have these 2 lines open. Let me keep that in the comment. Nothing is there anymore. Nothing is there on top. Okay, so it's ready now. Okay, tell me what will be my output here in the console if I run this. You say my name, what is my name? This is my name, right? So how many times it you gonna print my name? Nisan, your answer is wrong. how many times it will print my name if I just run this program, and this program also have this loop. Yes, Beauty, your answer is right. San, your answer is right. Anila, your answer is right. Anik, your answer is right. Anyone else? How many times this my name will print in the console? Okay, I don't see any answers, so let me run it, and you'll see it for 2 times. Okay, something is printing again. Something is printing from somewhere. Where is printing from? I don't have anything print except this. Oh, this one. Sorry, this is printing from here. Okay. Let me run it again. You see that? It's printing for 2 times. Now, I don't want to print my name. I want to print the values. I want to print the values. So what should I change it from? Why should I just make that one small change? So it should not print my name multiple times. It should print the values, the actual values of that array from that positions. So if I, instead of the 0, if I put this 1, it will print this your name for 2 times. So what should I change here? Okay, Nasita and Safrin, your answer is right. So, why that is the answer? Okay, I'm working with array, not the list and set.
I'm sorry, what's your question?
My question is, what should I write here instead of 1 so that I see the actual value from this array? Not this, actually, it's also printing that actual value, but it's multiple times. But I don't want to see that the same value for multiple times. I want to see the different values from that array. No, your answer is wrong. His answer is like number. So here, if you see that this is the number that I'm using, if I'm using the number, whatever the number I'm using, it will print that multiple times. No, Beauty. So if you are using only names, it's not going to print that. It will print that memory location for multiple times. So if you see that if I keep it 2 here, it will print this someone else name. This is the third value for 2 times. No. Okay. Tell me one thing about this one. What did you learn here? If I need to print these numbers, what I need to keep here in this J, right? For the different times, it will print different numbers. Starting from 1, it will go until 6. And the same thing, if you see here, I'm starting from 0, I need to go until 2. So what should I write here instead of this number? I. If I have this, for example, 1, not 1, let's say 3, it will print this 3 for 6 times. It will print this 3 for 6 times. But if I keep this J, then it will print the value of J each time. Every time it's increasing the value with this one, it will print that new value of J. The same thing will goes here. So you have to keep it I here, because if you see that I value is changing every time. So you have to use this I here, I. So if we do that, then you'll see that the different values of that array is coming here. Now the new question is, I can see my second value and the third value. What about the first value? Where should I make that small change so that I can see the first value also? That is correct, Safreen. Yes, Safreen, you're right. Anyone else? Yes, Nazira, your answer is right, but Mizan, your answer is wrong. If I just remove this one, it will print only for one time. So where is the small place that I need to change to get that the first value also? To get that the first value also. You have in this array, okay, no, okay. In this array you have until 2. How can you write 3 here? That is not possible. That is not possible. So first thing, where we are starting from? My starting, you see that, you just see that carefully. Just see that carefully. If I run this program, it's printing your name and someone else's name. So what is the first value it's putting here? Your name is in this position, right? The first position. So it's putting this 1 here. Very first time it's putting that 1 here. That's why you are getting this your name in the first line. Now I also want to print the first position. The 0th position. So what should it put here? 0. So that means that your loop should start from 0. So make sure that when you are working with array, your loop should always start from 0. Otherwise, you will not counting the first value.
Got it. Thanks.
Okay, so now you will get this one. Okay, now let's do some dynamic things. So let's say that I have I'm not sure that how many values I have in that array, but instead of putting that number.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead.
I have a question. Yeah, before we move more further, so at first when you said if you put 0 over here, and the answer was how many times it will print was 2. So where was I supposed to plug in the 0?
Where are you supposed to?
No, at the very beginning of this. Remember you asked if you put system.out.println and then just 0. And then you asked like how many times? Just put 0, no names, nothing, just 0.
Oh, okay. Like this?
Yeah, I think you asked a question that what it's gonna run, right?
Okay, so you said
how many times it's gonna run? Then the answer was 2 times or something, right?
yes.
So how did that happen?
Okay, no, at that beginning, this was I equals to 1, right?
Right.
And number is 0, right? So if I print it, the 0 will print for 2 times. Okay, now how
Yeah.
so I value is 1, it will check the condition here. So 1 less than equals to 2. Is it true or false?
1 less than equals to, it's true.
It's true. Then it will go inside and print this 0. That's the first 0.
Okay.
Then it will increase that I value by 1. So previously it was 1. Now it's 1 plus 1 equals to 2. Now it will check here 2 less than equals to 2. Is it true or false?
I'm sorry, setting 2 less than, yeah, it's true.
It's true. Then it will go inside and print this 0, which is the second one. Now again it will go and increase that number from 2. 2 plus 1. So 2 plus 1 means 3. So it will come here and check 3 less than equals to 2. Is it true or false?
That's false.
That's false. That means that it will not go inside this loop and print this 0.
Okay, got it. Got it now. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so remember one thing, whenever you are working with array, list, something like that, you should always start your loop from 0. Okay, that's the best thing. And next thing is that, let's say that you have a array, and then this array is like right now it's 3. That means that you can store 3 numbers. But if I want to add one more, then I can change it here, and then I want to add that means like this. Let's say that I'm adding something, and then I have this 4 now, right? So when you are working with the loop, then if you keep this ending point like this, the same as is, then it will not go to the last position. So let me change this to that names in the array with I. Okay, so what it will happen is it will not go to the last position. You see that? Now again, I have to change the ending position, right? With 3. Am I right? So now again, it will, if you run it, you'll see all the values of this array. But what if you just change it again to 5 and add something here again, 4, then equals to new something new. Okay, now again you have to go to this loop and change the ending point, because without doing that you will not see the new update. So you have to change it to 4. So in that way you will be able to see that the new changes. Now in this case what we can do is, this is usually we don't do that. Usually whatever the array size is, it keep as is. But sometimes if it happens, then we don't use something like this, something like static number. We use a function that is option. Let's say that is option. So we use an option from this array. So if you just type this name of the array, just name of this array, names, and then dot, and you will see some options here. You see that there are some options. If you remember that I already mentioned this option before. So this is one of the option is length. Length means that the size of that array. What is the size of this array is? This is the name of that array, and this is the length. Length means that size. Okay, so this is the size, means that what is the size of the array now? Can anyone tell me? Sorry for the background noise. So can anyone tell me what is the size of the names array is now? Okay, everyone got correct except beauty. So beauty, why this is 4? Yes, now you're right. So it's 5. And why it's 5? Because it will not, when it's counting, it will not start from 0. It will start from, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you see that this is a 5, right? So it means 5 means that you can store 5 value, but starting index is 0. So that is something different. So this length will return 5. So do you think that this condition is good to go? Do you think that it's a we can run it and we'll see that everything is fine? Okay, I got 1 yes. Okay, 2, 3, 3 yes. Okay, so if you are all with yes, then let me run it and you'll see some error here. So why it says that, okay, so my name is printing, your name is printing, all the 5 values are printing. Also, it's saying that this error, index 5 out of bound length 5. Okay, let me do one thing. Let's say this is 5. Because that length that is giving you 5. So is this correct now? No, right? So that's why when you are using this option, make sure that you are not using this equal sign. Okay, so in that case, it will consider like, okay, so you have this length and length is coming 5. Okay, so you have to go until 5. Don't go till 5. You have to go until 5. So less than 5. If I run it, it will print all the values with an issue. And if you just get back to this function again, this option again, then it will do the same thing. You see that? Same thing. So this is the option that we can use. We have to use in our in case of array. Got it? Any question? No questions, right? Okay. So if you don't have any questions, so what we can do is it's 8:14, so we can take a break till 8:35, and then in the meantime, when you are done with your break, whatever the arrays you created with the loops, just change this position here from here. Okay. Before that, you are using that number, and instead of using that number, just type down your number here and put a dot. Then you will see that option called length, like this. The second option, length. Then just select this. That's it. Okay, so let's take a break and let's come back again. Okay, so I'm keeping this in this window so that you can check that where you need to make this change. Okay, this loop.
Will you please repeat the question again? And what you need to do?
So you already have practiced this array with the loop, right?
Yes.
So you need to change this position. Before that, you are using specific numbers, like, okay, so if you have a 5 values, then you are using 5 here, right?
Yes.
If you have a 3 values, you are using 3. But now I don't want to do this one. I don't want to keep any specific number. I want to use this option called array, the name of the array, and then this option called dot length. Okay.
Okay, so we need to make the new variable with the integer number and then do this one, and you want to do the loop. You want that one?
No. You already have an array, right?
Yes.
And you already use this loop in that array,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So in that loop, you are using some specific numbers, right?
Yes.
To print all the values from this array.
Yeah.
So instead of that number, just use this option. Write down your name of that array, put a dot, then you will see the option called length. Just select that length.
So we can do it on anyone, right? Because we also did some homework, so we also have a sample of that. So you want us just to change that to this, right? So it can be any problem, right? Not all of them, right?
Yes, you can do it in any problem, or you can create a new array with a new loop. So it's up to you. But I was just trying to save your break time. That's why I told you that whatever you have, you can just use in that.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So we need to make the new, like the like not this one. Okay, I understand.
Yes, you can create a new one. No problem. You can do that.
Thank you.
And let me keep that in one frame so that you will be able to see the whole thing. Okay, this is the one. Okay. So this is the array that I have, string array with that 5 values. And instead of keeping any specific number here, I just use this option called names, the variable name, and then dot and length. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let's come back at 8:35.
This conference will now be recorded.
So you got the idea, right? So in case like the specific number, if you just use this the name of the variable and then dot and this option called length, if you use that, then you'll be able to you don't need to change that the ending point again and again. Yes, Safin, you have a question?
Yes, yes. When you have a chance, can you check my screen? Because this didn't work on my code.
Okay, let me check it.
Please, thank you. Yeah, I was trying to plug it in here. Look. So, okay, if I...
Okay. Do you have this numbers variable?
No, this was from the homework that you gave. The create a loop to print all the even numbers from 11 to 40, remember? So it's one of that. And I kept the rest of it in comment. I mean, that's the reason.
But because you don't have these numbers, this is a variable that I used in my code. So because you don't have that, and this is something like you cannot use this this variable here. You don't need to.
Okay.
So in that case, if you just use that the 40, because this task is to you have to print it from 11 to 40. So not like you have to use a variable here. You don't need to do that.
Oh, okay. So it has to be the scenario that you have. You have, but I don't have an example like that. That's okay. Okay, then I'll try it later. Then that's fine.
Okay, so that example that I'm using, that is for the when you are working with array. In that case, you need the size of the array, right? The
Right.
size of the array. So that, and at that time you need that the name of the array dot length.
Okay, that's when it will work. Okay, that's fine. So then I guess I'll just wait to create an example like that. And do we need to? Are you gonna let us work on something like that right now? Should I create something like that? I don't know.
You can just create a new new array here. So just create a new array.
Okay. Should I say numbers?
Anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
Okay.
Don't use this one, because if you are trying to use this in this format, then it will take some extra time, right? So you have to add that, and then you can access that values. But instead of doing that, we also know there is another way we can create an array, right? Instead of new, just put a curly bracket and put your numbers there. Put your
Oh,
value.
I see. Okay, okay, I got it.
That is the simplest way that we can do that, right? Create an array.
Yeah. So put my values what? All the values that's printing?
Any number that you want to work with,
Okay.
like 100, 200, 300, 400, 1000. It's up to you. Anything. Okay, so in this array you have 4 values, right? Now you want to print all these values by using this loop. So right now your loop starting point is 12. So do you want to change that one? What will be the starting point?
0, right?
0, yes, because you are working with array. Now what will be the ending point?
So now I can try the numbers.
Yes, yes, that variable numbers dot, then you see the second option, a length.
Okay.
Yeah. And this part, will you do that with your I+2 or I+1?
I should do I+2, right? Because, oh
Yeah.
no,
Okay.
1. Yeah, I+1, that's fine. Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Okay, +1. Okay. So now try to run it, and then you see all the values from this array. Oh no, because you are printing in line number 41, you are printing only I, so that's why it's printing only 1, 2, and 3.
Oh, okay, so I should print.
0, but you are not seeing that. Yes, so you have to name that array, the array variable here, numbers, and then in that array bracket, you have to keep that I. That's it.
Okay.
So if we scroll up in the console, you'll see that 12 also.
Okay. Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So let's start again. Anyone have any question? Okay, no questions. That means we are good to go. Okay, so the similar to this array, for list and set, we also have a similar kind of option. So let's check out that one. So let's say that I want to print this list, names list. Okay. So if you remember that, if you want to print all of the value, you can use this name list, that the variable name directly, because you don't need to use any other option, any other function to print that. This only needs when you are using array. When you are using array, then only you need the, what is that, arrays dot toString, what is that, this one. This is the function that you need to use, and then you have to keep that variable name inside that. But for list and set, you don't need to do that. You just can just directly use the name of that function. That's it. So let me keep that in a comment. I don't want to run this now. And now for this list. So for this list, same thing. I will say system out println. If you are printing it names names list dot get, and then if you are using the index 0, then it will print that specific index, the first value, right? That is something. It will print something in the console. You see that it printed something. If you used it 1 here, then it will print anything. If you put 2 here, then it will print nothing. So that means we can also implement that loop here. You got the point? Anyone didn't understand? If you are not understanding this concept, just let me know. Now, same situation we are here in the when we are working with array. So now we have the same situation here. So when I have this loop, it's printing the nothing for twice. So why should I make these changes so that I can print all of these values? Anyone?
Name list dot get parenthesis k.
Okay, it should be k. So if I do that k, it's printing anything and nothing, but it's not printing something. Yes, Safrin, your answer is right.
We have to count from 0, then we have to say over here.
Wait,
From
here, but where? That is the question.
on the k 0 to k greater than or equal 0. We have to take out the equal sign from over here.
We have to take out this equal sign from here.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, so if I do that, it will print this anything only for one time. So this part is the condition part, and this part is the ending point. It doesn't need like
Ending point will be fine always. I'm sorry. Yes.
yeah. So where should I make the changes? Anila, your answer is right.
Our starting need to be changed. It will be like from instant of k equal to 1, it will be 0. Then it will be count from 0, 1, 2. Then it will be something, anything, and nothing.
Yes, so you're right, Nashita, you're also right. So if your starting point from 0, then you will see all this value because list, set, array, everything, the index starts with 0. Okay, so now we got that idea, right? Now here, instead of 2, if I just type that the variable name, names, list, and then put a dot, here for the array we have an option called length, and for list and set we have an option called size. Okay, this is the only difference here, and nothing else. So here for list and set, to define that ending point, to get the size of that list or set, we have to use this function, this option called name list dot and then size. And for array, name of the array and then dot and then length, like this. And for list and set, it's little different, almost the same thing but little different, but you will get the idea. When you put a dot, you will see the option, then you will get the idea. Now, do you think it's the right thing? If I run it, it will print all this tree with that error, with all these errors. So what is the issue here? Yes, Safin, you're right. Anyone else? Okay. So the thing is, you have to take this part, this 0, have to mention the size. So this is the size, so it will get that size for you. So when you are using this names dot size, actually what is taking 3. So you see that I have a size of 3. 1, 2, 3s. It's counting as the same like array. When you are declaring an array, you are giving that size of that array. So here the list, you are not giving the size, but when you are adding the value, you are keep adding it. So here is the thing. So when you are using this specific value, in case like if you have a more names list, okay, let me just add it like this to be easy. If you have a more, then you have to change this position every time. You have to change this position every time. Otherwise, it will show you that specific things only. Like if I just add more, it will still show you only 4 times. That's why we need to use this dynamic thing, dynamic option. That is, okay, I don't have enough power. So laptop doesn't have enough power. Okay. No. So that's why we need to use that dynamic thing, which is like name of that list names list, and then dot, and then you see that option called size. Just get that size. So it will automatically get that size. So what is the size now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So total 12. It will get the 12 here. It will get that 12 here. So do you think the 12 is fine? No, right? So we have to take this equal sign out because we don't want to go until 12 because our index start from 0. That's why. So you always have to remember when you are using this dynamic option, then you always have to use less than sign, not equal sign here. Do not use equal sign. If you are using equal sign, then you will see some error here. After all of your printing this line, you will see some error like this. And it will basically pointing you out as also index 12. There is no index 12. This index is this list only have until 11 index. How? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So there is no 12. So you cannot use this equal sign. Okay. So that is the thing that you can practice later. But let's move forward and let's do one practice. Okay. Do some problem solving here. Okay, so this is the one. Let me create a new class for that. So it's a problem solving class and I need this main method and click on finish. So this is a new thing, right? New class. So let me keep some extra space and delete the first line. I don't need this line. Now let's start. How many of okay, no, not that is the thing. Let me just grab some information from here. So I have this string array. Okay, I have this string array. So I'm saving my time here, so I'm not writing it again. So I have this string array. Now I have to find out, do I have this something in this array or not? How can I do that? Anyone?
What is the question?
Question is, I have to find out in this array, do I have this something, this value inside that array or not? Let me give you one example here. Name equals to no name. Okay. Now I have to check that if name equals to no name, then I'll say, okay, name found. Otherwise, I will say else name not found. Did you get this part? Anyone having any issue with this couple of lines? We did that before, right? For that, the traffic light, for like if it's raining or not. So we did that practice before. So something like similar to this, right? I'm checking that I have a variable name, and then I'm checking if this name is no name. I have the same thing or not. If it is there, then I'll say, okay, name found. If it is not, then I'll say name not found. So if I run this class, what will happen? Name found, right? So it's checking. In case if I have something different, it will tell you, okay, so name not found. But if it is there, then it will tell you name found. Okay. So the similar thing you have to do, the similar approach you have to do for this one. So you have an array. Now you have to find out, you have to use a conditional statement to see if you have this something is there or not. Can you do that? Anyone?
Mm, mm.
Okay, Nasima, do you want to say something?
Oh, and I'm trying to. Sorry, I was. Yeah, we need to do the if else that formula like the doing this one.
Yes, that is correct. So you have to use if else condition to check if that the something is there or not, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. So do you want to do that?
Um,
Okay, I'm giving you 7 minutes. Okay, I'm giving you 7 minutes to think and try to do that. Okay, to all of you, 7 minutes.
okay.
Your task is to find out if that something is there or not. Is anyone done? Yeah, okay, I got one submission. Names something. But the thing is, if I use this, let me just copy and paste it here. Okay. You might also got this arrow, right? There is a red underline. No. Are you not? Didn't create any array? You just create an string variable like this, and then just try to match that. Okay. Okay, I got it now. So okay, no problem. So let me do it here. So the thing is, it's almost like the same thing. So what I have a names that is a variable name, the array variable, and then I'm trying to see if that something is there or not. But I want to see that specific location, right? Remember, all these values are in a specific location, right? To access this specific location, you have to provide something here. Can anyone tell me what is that? 5, 3. So what is the location of this something? Yes, Onyx, Safrin, Zan, you are all right. So this is the location. I have to put 3 here. That we know, right? By visually you can see that 3 is the location. Now what will happen if we just run this one? Let's try to run it. It says that name is there, right? So this is the one of the condition that you have to check. Now the thing is, here we can see that okay, it's in this location, but not all the time you will know that this is the location that you have to find it. This name, it can be anywhere. It can be anywhere. So you have to go and check in each and every place. You have to do that for each and every place until you find it. You see that? How many times I have to write the same thing here? So now if I run it, it will tell you that, okay, so for the first 3 location, name is not there, but in the 4th location, name is there, and the 5th location, name is also not there. That something that I'm looking for, the name is I'm looking for is not there. Now here, if you just see that carefully, everything is same except one thing. What is that? Everything is same in this highlighted part except one thing. Anyone?
What is the question? Everything is same except one thing.
Yes. Yes, Beauty, you're right. Everything is same. If you see that lines, everything is same except one thing. Yes, Anila, you are right. Then you are right. Okay. The answer is the location. This one. This one. Right? So the location is changing every time, because every time you are going to the different location and you are checking if that location have this something or not. In this location you have this something or not. In this location you have something or not. So this is the location that is changing every time. Now let's say one thing. So if you need to print this all of these values from this array, so you have to go each and every location and print like this, right? You have to go each and every location and print like this. Am I right? Is this the right way? We just learned something. So we have an option, right? We have a different option to print all this value except that using this thing, right? The system of println for 5 times. What is that answer is? No. Yes, Nasita, you're right. Safin, you're right. The option is loop or list. Yes, Anik, you're also right. List or loop. No, Anik, you're wrong. List was not that option. Loop. Because here you are repeating the same thing again and again, and here you can just change the value every time, so you can just use the loop. Very simple, right? You can just keep that one thing, create a loop here, less than 5 I plus plus, right? So by using this loop, I will be able to access all the values from this array. I'll be able to access all the values from this array. See that? But for the same location, if I want to change this to the different location, I just need to use this I here. If you remember that we did that practice, right? So now it will give you all the names here from this list, from this array, right? My name, your name, someone else's name, something, and new. All these values coming here. Now think about this concept here. I will use the same loop. Instead of keeping this one, I can just keep this part, right? And instead of this 0, I can use this I. So what will happen now? Let me just remove this part, or I'll just keep it like this, so that when you will see my code, then you will get that as well. So now what will happen? So if you run this, it will check. You see that last time I was checking each and every location. Now I'm using loop to check each and every location. Is that something interesting? Yes. Okay. Now, why I'm using 5 here? I should use something else, right? What is that? Anyone? Numbers. Okay. Numbers. What is that numbers? Not numbers dot length. Name of the variable. What is the name of the variable here? Names. Name is the name of the variable. Name of the variable. Names. And then put a dot. Then you'll get that option called length. Not the list. It's length. Just get it. So you don't need to use that static number anymore. Now we are here until this point. Our program is not done yet. Why? Because it's printing this name not there, name not there, name not there, and once it's printing, if it is there, then it's printing name there, and if then it says that name not there. But I want to print this name there only for one time, not like if the name is not there, I should not print for 4 times. I should print either name is there or name is not there. Okay. So in this kind of situation, what we do is we do this if else part outside. We check that outside, but here what we do is we use a variable like a boolean variable is name available, something like that. So it depends on you. Okay, so is name available. So I will keep this boolean variable. So what this boolean, how this boolean variable will help us? This boolean variable will help us to find out if name is there or not, if it is true or false. So once it find that variable, once it's find that the something is there, that the value is there, then it will say, okay, make that change. Is name this boolean value to true, or else make this boolean value is name available to false. Now you might be thinking that, okay, so I'm making this boolean value here, so what will happen? Well, how could I get this name not there, name not there, or name there? So how can I get that? So if I just run it, you will not see anything. But what if I outside the loop, if I just print this boolean variable, what will happen then? So you have to give some value. Either you can put true or false. It doesn't matter. So just keep anything here. So it's better to keep false here. Okay, it's better to keep false here. Now it says false. Why is that? Can anyone tell me that why it says it's a false? Even though if I just put a true here, it will print false here. It will print false. So it doesn't like relate to this part. It's just like a boolean value that a variable declaration. That's it, nothing else. But it's doing something here. Can you now tell me what is going on here? Okay, if not, I need one person who can help me to figure it out.
So this one is go in this like the if else part for the loop. So in if else part we declare that the name I equal to something, then it is this one is true, and then the else one is false. Then
Yeah, that is correct. So your answer is partially right, but what is happening inside is let me ask you one thing. So starting from zero, so this is zero position. Now in zero position, I have this value my name. Is it true or false?
that is false.
That is false. So it will go to the else part, and let me. Why is my else part? Okay, so it will go to that else part. Did I miss anything? Oh, okay, I need to just follow here. Okay, it will go to this else part, and then to this make this value, this variable with the false, right?
Yes.
Okay, now you have this false here. After that, when it's come to that one, now this position is here. So your name equals to something. Is it true or false?
That is also false.
That is also false. So it will go again to the else part and make this variable, the boolean variables, to false, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now this I value is 2. Now it says that someone else name. Is it true or false?
False.
False. So it will again go to the else part and make that variable is name available to false, right?
Yes.
Now it's come to this point. Now it says that this something equals to something. Is it true or false?
That is true.
That is true. So it will go here inside and see, okay, is name available? It's true. So it make that true. Now again, it's remain to this last one. So what happen is, it will go here and check is new equals to something. Is it true or false?
False.
False. Then it will go to the else part and make this variable is that name available equals to false. So what is the final thing here? What is the final value here for this variable? Is it true or false?
That's false.
The final value is false
No,
now. Why? Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm so the final value is false. That means like the all the like the variable, because we took all first three are the false and then the second one are the true and then false. So that is the false, right? The all the
That doesn't
things are
matter. So whatever you did before, that doesn't matter. So last time you got it false.
yes.
So it
Because we put the else over here at the end. So whatever the condition we did set up, the last one after the else, it will be count the final result. Else, it will be false.
yes. So the final part in the final place, the final value is becoming false, right?
Yes.
That's why it's getting false. So after that, it's going to that 5 and 5 is not there. So it's this condition is false. So it's getting outside this loop. Then it's going to here and it's printing the value of this variable. So what do you think? What value it will print? True or false?
False.
False. That's why it's printing this false here. Now we have an option in the loop. In any point of time, if you want to break the loop, you can break the loop. You can do that. And for that, we have a keyword. The keyword is called break. Simple. That's it. Break. I want to break that loop. Okay. Got it? So any point of time, if you want to break any loop, you can just use this keyword. This is also a keyword. You can use this keyword to break the loop. So if I now run this program, it will tell you true. Why is that? Because whenever you will see, it will go to this part. It will make this variable to true, and also it will make this break. Break means that
It will not go to the else part anymore, because before else we put the break.
no, it will not go to that any remaining part anymore. So let's say that it's something, right? So if it's instead of something, if I say that my name, you will see that my name is there, right? So if you just run it, it will tell you true, because my name is there. So it will go here until this point. It will make this variable to true, and then it will break the loop. So it will not go to the other values, the other positions. Got it?
Got it.
So it's basically telling the code that whenever you find the true, don't go further anymore.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Then let's try to print it out. So I will
Question.
say yes.
Then in the real life, what will be the advantage of using this break option? Why
Okay,
I'm
coming
going
to,
to break the loop?
yeah, I'm coming to this point now. So after this thing, I will not just print true or false. After that, you have to print that okay, test is passed or not. Your test was to check if this name is available in that list or not. So in the real life, what you'll do is you will have a list of states, and then you have to find out that Virginia is there in that array or not, in that list or not. If you find that Virginia in that list, then you'll say, okay, so if this is name available equals to true, then I will say, okay, system out println name is there, or else just say that name is not there. Okay, so this is the way how we'll do in our real job. Is that name is there? You got it? Any question? No questions? Okay. If you don't have any question, I want to show you something. Okay, let's say that I have a different name here. What do you think? What it will gonna print? Name is there or not? Name is not there. Okay, on it. Anyone else? Not there. Anyone else? Not there. Okay. Not there. Okay. Name is not there because you said that this is something different name, right? Okay. So let's check this out here. Instead of true, if we just put it false here, what do you think? What is gonna print? Name is not there or name is there? Doesn't matter. Okay. It doesn't matter. Okay. Not matter. Yep. You are right. How about now? Name is there. Okay. Name is there. Okay. So you got it. You got it. Name is there. One last thing for today. Only one last thing. That is, you see this true part? Instead of writing this is available will be either true or false. If it is true, then it will go inside, right? So we can check it directly like that. We don't need this condition. So the thing is, it says that it's true. If it is true, then it will go inside and print this line. If it is true, so if you just use this variable name, then you are fine. You don't need to just add extra line, extra thing to make it like, okay, it's double equals to true. Okay, you don't need to do that. Just simply keep it like that. If it is true, then it will print this line. If it is false, then it will come here false. Then if it is false, then it will not go inside, it will go to the else one. This is the way how you do the job. Okay, and this is a very important concept because whenever you have a list, drop down list or anything, any kind of list, and you have to find out a specific something specific from that list, then you have to understand this approach. Okay, any question? And remember, you have to practice this part. So in real life, we never use like okay, double equals to true. We never use like that. Okay, we never ever use like that. We directly use that variable because that variable contains either true or false. So you don't need to do that. Okay, so true equals true. If that variable comes true, then you are checking that it's true equals to true or not. You don't need to do that. This means that same thing like true, like this. Okay, so you have to do some practice on this. Any question? I think instead of getting into that new topic, that was a good thing. Like we got like a holiday on Thursday. That's why I just reviewed this array and for loop so that you got some more idea and you had some confusion and it all got clear, right? No problem, but you should do some practice on this. You should, okay? Do some practice on for loop, do some practice on arrays, and also do some practice on this problem because this is kind of like in a regular basis you will find this issue, find these things that you have to validate. Okay, and I will push that code to that link so that whenever you will use that link you will be able to see my code. Okay, I'll do that. Any question, anything before I wrap up today?
It's not like a very difficult question I have to ask. Just real like a simple question. Whenever we are doing like lots of things in a same page or same class on that time, I know how to do like make them as a comment, but when I want to get it back, how I like re-withdraw that comments things after highlighting it, I have to press the control and then
Forward slash.
Forward slash. Okay.
The same way we do that comment, you have to do the same thing for uncomment.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Any other question?
I did, but double commented sign is appearing on my screen, and after that,
Okay,
it's
this
not.
can happen. So why is that? Because let's say that you have this comment, and then you have a gap. So this line is not in comment. But
Yeah.
if you have this in again, and if you are adding that line that is not in comment, and if you try to uncomment it, you see that
Mm-hmm.
it's getting commented on that line again. That line was not commented before. So what you need to do is you have to make sure that the line you're selecting only you should uncomment that line. So like this. Again, go and select like this.
Okay. Clear. Thank you.
No problem. Okay, any other question?
So actually, I have a question that is the when you make the new class that is not related to this one. So you make the new class in the advanced topic, right? But I make the class in the simple.
It's fine. It doesn't matter actually.
Yeah, no, I know, but the like the if this like the is it like if we can move the class from one package to you can do this one or not?
It's very simple. What you need to do is you just need to select a class and just drag it and put that in that package name. That's it. Click on OK.
Okay.
Okay. And then it's gone. See that? It got changed, right?
Yes.
Now again, if you want to get it back to that previous package, just keep inside that, just drag and drop. It's kind of like you have to drag that and keep that inside on top of that package name. That's it.
Okay.
No problem. Anything else? Okay, one more important thing, you might be facing that one. So if you see like you don't have this this package explorer, for example, you are not able to see that package explorer, or your console is looking like this, is something like this is going on top. So there is a way you can reset your perspective, reset your things again to that the previous format. So for that, you need to click on this window. You see that perspective? Go to this perspective and then click on reset perspective and then click on reset perspective. Then you'll see everything will change back to the previous form.
Okay,
That's
not
it.
like a manually I have to select every line to like uncomment. I can directly go to the window, then
No, that is different thing.
okay. Oh, sorry.
If you are not able to see this package explorer, or if you see that the console is not showing in on the bottom, so for that kind of issue.
Oh, I got it. My apology.
No problem. Yes, anyone else have any issue, any question? Okay, if not, I will give some homework based on whatever we did in that array list and things, these loops. Okay, nothing else. But next week's session is very important. Don't miss that. If you miss that, you will be in a trouble to writing your script, automation script. Okay, so we're done for today, and I will upload this code by tonight, and then hopefully you will get the feedback on your homework by tomorrow, and we'll see again on Tuesday, next Tuesday. Yes, happy holidays, and thank you all for joining. See you on Tuesday.
So do we have any help session in this Sunday, no, right?
It will depend because it's a long weekend. I don't think that people will join, but if anyone needs, they need to just email me that they want that help session, then I will open that. Okay, just email me, because in case if I'm out of town, then I might just open that link to help you or someone who needs help.
No, just I wanted to know that because I know everyone is busy. So we'll, the next class Tuesday we can talk the help thing if we need something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just if you need that help session, just email me. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say that it's the help session will not yet happen on this next Sunday, but if you need any help, just email me.
Yeah. So actually, I'm thinking about that because this is the long weekend, so this Sunday we might not do the whole session.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Yes, walaikum assalam, and thank you everyone. Happy holidays and be safe. Okay.